A beautiful Friday morning to you, our viewers. My name is Olive Monica Najuma. Welcome back to Good Morning Uganda, and thank you so much for keeping it Good Morning Uganda all through the week. And this today is the Friday special edition. Now, in my hands, I'm holding a book written by Ssenoga, and of course, the title of the book is Love Has a Name. And Ssenoga is here with me this morning to tell us more about his journey of writing and of course about this book. Good morning, Davis.
Good morning, Ju.
Thank you so much for coming through.
It's a pleasure.
So I love reading. Anyone who knows me knows that reading is part of me, and there is something about poetry that I find intriguing and inviting and interesting, and I would like for you to tell us about this book, Love Has a Name, because from the excerpt I see that it is all about poetry and poems of love.
Yes, Love Has a Name is a poetry book, and it's filled with poems in different tones, in different rhyming. It has very many lines of love. And to tell you briefly about this book, Love Has a Name, it's filled with the love is embrace. It's filled with all captivities of love, all the energies of love, everything connected to the heart, the human connection. It has very many acts of longing. Every poem in this book has a name, and that explains the title. And when you open page 54, it gives you a glimpse of why every poem in here has a name, where it says that it ain't a game, world overseas it's the same, love does have a name, which means that love has a place which isn't discovered by rolling a dice, neither by a slower nor higher pace, but in a person, of course. So look at the person you love in the eye, call them a name. That name is love.
Wow, that is so interesting. And for the lovers out there, I see many beautiful words. So this book is something you may want to add to your shelf. There is, he continues on page 55, and he says, love has a name. If you haven't got one, beautiful ones aren't born yet, son. Handsome ones are already under the sun. Dream of someone, think of anyone. It's not a game. Just find a name. That name is love. Now, I am curious. Many writers usually go for the whole the novels. They like to write novels. What compelled you to go into poetry?
There are various reasons, and I think most of them are connected to the universe, the energies of the universe. Poetry is simple. Poetry touches love faster. Poetry has style, and that style is appealing. So going into poetry, I wanted to touch that specific part of the heart. You know, love has very many what can I say, boundaries. It can be hectic, it can be compassionate, it can be sour, it can be bitter. Love can be bitter.
Yes. So
to go into poetry, I chose the compassionate part.
Okay.
And this is the book.
Okay. Someone out there may be curious about your background. Now, of course, there is details about the author of Love Has a Name behind the book. But since we have him here, tell us more about your education background. Are you doing this for fun, or this is something you actually studied?
I started off in primary at Bokoto Primary School, went through Bright Grammar School, that is in Masaka. From there, I continued with St. Henry's College Tovu, That's also in Masaka, Archbishop Chiwanuka, and then I completed my A-level at St. Andrew's College, Tovu. Then proceeded to my university at Makerere. That's where I pursued my bachelor's of records and archives management.
But then your passion was in writing.
The passion was in writing. Since then, even in high school, I used to write small poems, quotes. So it's a talent,
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, it is a talent, because if you studied records management and now you're a writer, it means where your heart is, that is the talent that you have. Now, I understand that you're going to launch this book.
Yes, of course.
Please tell us about the launch.
The book launch is going to be at Bukoto Primary School. That is Masaka district. That's the first school I attended.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going to launch that book from. And it will take place on 28th October this very year. 28th October, Bukoto Primary School, noon time.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have any special words you want to give? Because I understand that writing takes a toll on someone, and in most cases it takes many people to have a book get onto a shelf. Are there special words you'd like to say out to a few people that have walked this journey with you?
Yes, I would like to gratefully thank Honorable Katabazi Francis, the MP Kalungu East. He was the guest of honor at our first book launch, first PtalesD book launch at the College of Computing and Information Sciences at Makerere University. I would also love to thank my family, my friends, my fellow leaders that started this journey with me at Makerere University, Mr. Cheyune Abdul Hakim, Professor Tony Oyana at Makerere University, Mr. Runyuzi Nixon, Mr. Ega Frederick, and very many others that have added a stone onto my journey. And lastly, I would also love to thank my co-founder, Madame Namiro Pamela Mary.
Of PtalesD. Actually, before we go off for the break, I understand that this book was published by PtalesD. Please tell us briefly about PtalesD.
PtalesD is a brand that has the face of writing, composing, and publishing. So PtalesD started off at campus.
And here you are doing great things.
Yes. It started off at campus. I think we did the same course with Namiro Pamela Mary. So it was in 2021 that I started writing, and she picked up interest. And that's how we formed the Pamela Tales Davis.
That's
Yes,
what
so that's the
PtalesD stands for, Pamela Tales Davis.
Yes.
Now, for someone who wants to find this book, where can they find it?
This book is going to be on Amazon. So it's going to be uploaded on Amazon before it's launched on 28th October. Email ptalesd39@gmail.com. Then those who order through WhatsApp, that's 07088911307, and it's going to be distributed in all bookshops across the country.
How much is it?
It only goes for 15,000.
Okay. Yes, that is Davis Ssenoga, the author of Love Has a Name, a book that is full of beautiful poems about love. Are you a lover? Are you a lover of love? Do you love to read, or do you love poetry? This is a book for you, and you will be able to find it on Amazon and through the WhatsApp number that he shared, and of course later on in bookshops in and around the country. This is still Good Morning Uganda. Thank you so much, Davis, for coming through.
It's a pleasure.
You're still watching Good Morning Uganda. We still have a lot lined up for you, so please stay tuned.